February 20th, 1601. This morning I passed Hamlet in the hallway as I was on my way to church. It was only polite to acknowledge him, since he is the prince. So I did, but I must have somehow said something improper or given him the wrong impression. He said something so crude that I would not even dare write it down in these pages. When I reported this to Father, he said that Hamlet is just a hot-headed young man, lovesick at the sight of me, and just to ignore it as best I can. I will try, but he is the prince, and I am completely at his mercy. He can send me to a convent on a whim, and these days he is acting quite mad. Father says he will not send me away because he loves me too much and wants me close. But the closer I am to him, the more fearful I am. He has not been himself lately, and I fear that he may do something to hurt me. Father says I am being ridiculous, but I cannot help but worry. Hamlet is constantly making comments that I find uncomfortable. I was wearing a new gown yesterday, and he commented on the cut, and he said something that I will not repeat. I told him to please not speak that way, and he just laughed and went on his way. I am afraid. February 25th, 1601. Today my brother set sail for France. I envy his freedom to be able to go aboard on the ship, to go abroad to France without so many men to keep an eye on him. Father fears that he will get himself into trouble, and I envy him that so much. But part of me is even glad that he is gone. I know this is a terrible thing to say, but it is true. He has told me that Hamlet is simply a hot-blooded young man, just as Father says, and that I must ignore his attentions. I have tried to, and I have reported all of this back to Father, but still Hamlet persists. I fear that I may not be able to resist him much longer, and that he may become enraged and send me away. Father says that lovesickness mimics madness in men, but I think that it is more than just this. I fear that he will continue to behave this way towards me, and I fear that it is very little to do with love at all. I do not know what to do. March 2nd, 1601. My worst fears have come to pass. The prince has ordered me to a convent. Father says he was not serious, that he was acting like a madman and will not even remember the words he spoke to me, but part of me fears that this is not true. He sat beside me as we watched a play set up for him and the king and queen, and he whispered the most terrible things to me, and even when I told him not to, he persisted. He would not listen. He would not leave me alone. Perhaps a convent might even be a better place for me after all. It is unbearable here, and I fear I cannot remain for much longer.